Once again, we're nearing the end of 2026, and I thought it's best for me to do another solo live show. Originally, I was thinking to do it outside on the beach in Burleigh Heads, but unfortunately, it turned out with me looking like a hostage victim. So I decided against that and came back in the studio. In this episode, I'll actually round out the year's summary and how it's changed for me and all of us, plus offer some pro tips that I personally take for granted that assist my sleep. Please listen to the end for those healthful sleep secrets I'll drop today. Firstly, I want to thank all of my subscribers, both on podcast apps and YouTube, for the amazing year that has literally flown past. I just went past 525,000 views on YouTube, which is spectacular, considering that I'd probably only get about like 4,000 in a month previously. Now, I want you to bear with me because I'm actually going off notes because there's so much stuff I actually have to get in here and I won't remember everything because I get too excited. So over the past year, I've had the opportunity to speak to so many soulful service to others based people that are intimately in tune with life in extraordinary ways. And if you've been a listener, I'm sure you'll all agree. So many standout episodes that it's a challenge to mention all of them. So I'm going to be brief here. These are the subjects that were covered in this last year, and some of these subjects actually cross over several episodes. So we covered gratitude, neuroshamanism, inner child healing, spirit guidance and its pitfalls, like so when you talk to spirits, make sure it's a real one, breath work for trauma relief, plant and herbal teachers, energy healing, depth hypnosis, past life regression hypnosis, unlocking secrets of the unconscious mind, shamanic healing, non-duality, microdosing, UAP phenomenon and disclosure, conscious healing, a path to true twin flame love, kundalini activated psychic ability, shamanistic animism, emotional intelligence, and the tapping protocols to assist in life changes, reclaiming youthful energy and vitality, authentic self path to infinity. Again, more shadow work, medical intuition, functional medicine, digital detoxing, the new paradigm of magic, and how the big C was cured by shamanic healing for one individual. Soul sovereignty and what that means and how you can have it. Psychic healing, astrology in your soul's life path, unlocking lasting love, secret to clear intuition, manifestation techniques, the science of septemics, art therapy, the yielding warrior method, embracing your weirdness, spiritual psychology, deep shadow healing, DNA reset secrets, awakening your inner phoenix, crafting your own reality through living narrative, mastering your mental dialogue, and so much more. If I didn't mention your subject of your podcast, it's because there is so many, and I really appreciate absolutely everybody for coming on because literally without you, there's no episode. So if you've enjoyed all of these episodes, please remember to, reach out to those people. I mean, they're fantastic. And if you want to look at those episodes, go to the website. You can actually have a look and see all of these episodes and listen to these episodes as well on supernormalized.com. And if you scroll back in your app, you can find these episodes as well. Now, when I first started this podcast, I honestly was out to give a voice to those that feel like they're not being heard and are often afraid to speak their truth, as I had been in the past. I too had so many lived experiences that I wanted to share and realized the only way to do that was to stand up for those that need the platform, which is why I named it Supernormalized. The aim was to normalize, and I think I've actually hit that target, the supernatural as it is really only natural. As we move into the paradigm of magic, the greater understanding of telepathy, hypnosis, self-hypnosis, manifestation, what we are resonating as beings is becoming to the fore for so many people. And it seems like it's literally only 20 years ago where I would talk about these things and people would look at me like I'm crazy. Whereas now I get people writing to me saying, can I tell my story? So that's totally fantastic. I'm so glad you're all come along for this ride, and I promise to continue bringing excellent discussions to you. And now I've got to ask, if you're not a subscriber, please do. It really helps me to get more traction, and so others can get to hear these conversations too. Now I'm going to pivot and talk about the benefits of a good sleep and what it means in my world, as I've often have now great sleep, and it hasn't always been that way. And I want to share that experience just to you. And if you want to share that to others, that's fine with me as well. Now, I'm going to offer this pro tip along with other tips that I'll bring in time that will pile up on each other to give you the best sleep ever. But first, I'm going to talk about something that really made a massive change for me. I'll mention that I was a really hard sleeper for a very long time, not realizing that I was starving my body of oxygen by snoring nightly. I didn't want to believe that the freight train sound I'd wake to sometimes, and also that my partner had mentioned, was actually real. She started wearing earplugs to cope, and that's not cool. I tested myself with some special apps and tools and found that a large portion of my rest time was spent not actually breathing properly and not supplying my body with the needed oxygen to help with overnight rejuvenating. I'd often wake with headaches and just wrote it off to anything else but my snoring. If you are a snorer, get it checked out. It is literally life critical to breathe properly during sleep. Without that, awful things happen to the body. And in fact, it can actually make you obese, which I didn't know. I'm going to say here that I'm not a doctor, right? I've never been a doctor. I don't profess to be a doctor. And none of what I'm about to say or mention is medical advice. I highly recommend after listening that if you wish to try this, do your own due diligence and check with your doctor if this would work for you, especially if you have breathing difficulties already. It's not wise to try these things without proper advice. Anyway, that base covered, here's what I discovered. I tried a popular brand breathing machine that was supposed to force air into my lungs, moist air, whilst wearing it on my face each night. It actually made me feel and actually look like the unfortunate man in the original Alien movie that had touched the egg that was hatching. And only 2 days of this, and I was totally over it. And I dropped that idea. I could not stand having this little stupid thing next to my bed purring away with this thing stuck to my face. It felt ridiculous. I got some 3M micropore tape and had to work out the best way to make that happen. Now, I didn't know anything about that. I just heard some rumors about it from things that I've read in the past. And then my wife pointed out that she had a book called Breathe on the shelf and pulled up some detail on mouth taping. So it's a very simple sort of method. And I didn't fully understand the method at first, but I knew I had to do some experimentations. Initially, I made the tape pieces too small and then too large. And even once I ripped it off in my sleep to wake to mild injuries on my lips, it actually pulled the skin off a little bit. And it was a bit surprising and off-putting. But it didn't stop the experiment because I was actually starting to have better sleep. Over the years now, I've been using this method nightly, and here's how I do it. And it's shockingly simple. I pull the tape up and then I fold over a tab. So it's actually still got something to grab onto when I want to remove it. And then I tear off a length that's just a little larger than my own mouth. And then in a little bit of vanity, I smile a little and tape across my mouth. I figure that's going to give me a nice smile. And that's it. When I go to rest now, it's deep and I rarely wake with headaches unless I took it off during my sleep subconsciously or I'm coming up to a full moon. And that's another story. This taping method worked wonders for me, but again, I'd recommend checking with a doctor if you have breathing issues already. I'd rather you be safe. And with that pro tip, I'd like to offer my gratitude to you listeners, viewers, for all your attention and sharing of and loving of my podcasts over this past year and more. I have so much appreciation, and I'll end this with my gratitude prayer, including you. Okay. This is a prayer that I actually offer every night to the universe as a part of my closing down of the day ritual. And for me, it just brings a beautiful set of completion to the day. So I'm going to repeat what I say every night, and maybe this will be a benefit to you too, modify to your needs. I offer gratitude to all my ancestors and all my angelic ancestors for all that you have done and all that you have lived so I can be here now. I offer gratitude to all the planets, their spirits, intelligences, and angels, and for always turning back your foul astrological fortune, aiming to bring me and my world good fortune. I offer gratitude to my spirit team, entire spirit team, angels and saints, gods and goddesses, that assist me in knowing what is mine to do and being able to do what is mine to do. And then, when this is not possible, then making good use of me. I offer gratitude to my body for aligning and resonating with health and happiness, rejecting all disease, curses, demons, and obesity, and for producing healing stem cells and sending them to all the areas that need attention now. I offer gratitude to the angels of sleep for taking me deep into a state of ultimate relaxation and rejuvenation, so I awaken refreshed tomorrow. I offer gratitude to the angels of dreams for showing me truths that I need to know and discover in appropriate ways. I offer gratitude to all the angels and saints, gods and goddesses that now pray with me for peace in all dimensions. We pray peace, we pray peace, we pray peace, we pray peace. Thanks again so much for everyone being here and listening and watching. I love you all. May your Christmas holidays, however you celebrate it, be wonderful, filled with love and family and good times, and may 2026 be a year that changes us all in the right way, helping us to face the infinite that we are. Now, just before I finally go, I want to mention that early in 2026, I'm going to be releasing a bonus episode with none other than the Cassandra Tyndall, the famous astrologer from Australia, who has gracefully accepted to come on and round out the whole year in transits with an overarching view that will assist us all in making sure that we have no pitfalls. Anyway, again, thank you for enjoying this show and all my shows.